Jadi insiden di Lahad Datu, kami fikir bukan di forum ini nak bangkitkan perkara ini. Namun yang dipertikaikan tempoh yang begitu lama yang diambil oleh kerajaan kita untuk mengusir keluar penceroboh negara. Untuk mengusir keluar. Kita tak ada maruah ke? Tak ada integriti ke? Tak ada kedaulatan ke? Sovereignty. Orang datang rumah kita. Jadi tuan-tuan boleh buat tuan-tuan punya conclusion. Kenapa saya rasa terpanggil pula kan? Okey. Kami ada pandangan kami sendiri, termasuk tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Saya kira ini bukan perkara kecil tau. Bukan saya nak memporak-perandakan keadaan yang berlaku di Lahad Datu. Bukan kita nak kata orang tu marah sangat kepada pasukan keselamatan. Tak. Mereka sebenarnya menjalankan tugas dengan sebaik mungkin.
Thank you. Initially I was supposed to deal with it, but I thought I'm going to deal with it tomorrow or the day after. On the manifesto, I want to confine myself to this issue. Of course, the military spending is a major issue. It's not a matter of additional funds, but it's a matter of a transparent policy of procurement, of avoiding wastages, of setting the right priorities, of allowing the experts, the professionals in the military to make the necessary recommendations, no excessive political interference, no excessive commissions going to the politicians and their cronies. If this can be improved or at least disciplined, I believe billions could be saved. First, to procure the correct armaments with huge savings. Second, to allow the professionals, their professional integrity intact, to make the recommendations and therefore protect the interests of our nation and defense. And number three, to allocate adequate resources to assist the army personnel and those retired personnel.
I think I do not like to kind of open myself. I do not want to make myself vulnerable, because like any military responses, it has got to be based on what you see on the ground. Then you form your own views and opinions. I'm not there, and I've been out of the military profession since 2002. But can I relate to Sauk or not? If I can relate to Sauk, which happened a few years ago, we actually managed to resolve the problem in 4 days. But of course, people will say it's a different scenario, it's apples and oranges. But within 4 days, mind you, why? Because of this very clear command structure, a rapid deployment, clear orders, clear command and control, plus we had the right troops to the task, or what we call troops to task. This is the military parlance, troops to task. So when we hit them hard. And like anything else, if you want to negotiate, you negotiate from a position of strength. Negotiate from a position of strength. I think enough, because they will say he's trying to be too clever. That's what we always get when we try to speak a little bit, then we should. He's trying to be too clever.
Yes. Well, I made the earlier response yesterday evening on these two issues. Number one, why did we call for a special emergency parliamentary session? It's because of our concern that this issue must galvanize support of all Malaysians, regardless of their political affiliations. Number two, there's a lack of information. In fact, in the first few days, we had more information from out of Manila than out of Malaysia, out of Lahad Datu and the related areas. And this is of course disconcerting, because we have a problem here. It's caused a lot of anguish, anxiety and concern among Sabahans who fear for their lives and for their safety and security. It is a duty, in fact, raison d'etre of any established authority or government to protect and defend our homeland and the security. That is why we need to have this engagement in Parliament. In fact, I extended beyond that by asking Prime Minister Najib to invite the Minister of Defence, Minister of Home Affairs, and political party leaders for a roundtable discussion. We can be even closed door if he wants to, if he believes that some of the information did not be made public. And how is it handled? I mean, of course, first I've offered my condolences. I've thanked the police personnel and police efforts initially, but you must appreciate the fact that 24 hours before the army went in, we had called, while supporting the police initiative, called for the government to deploy the armed forces and leave it to them for their professional expertise without political interference. That we did. Of course, this has been quite protracted. As I said, this is not a war against the Zulus. This is a battle, swift, tough, against armed insurgents. And I think for the government, and I believe the Pakatan Rakyat position, when we take over the government, we make it very clear, we will not tolerate nor condone any militant exercise that would compromise the security of our country. But this is not a battle against the Zulus, because vast majority of the Zulus are peace-loving people, loyal to Malaysia, and must be considered as our loyal citizens. Itu pasal yang Alaminin sepupu kepada Ketua Menteri Sabah dan Menteri Luar Sabah yang dituduh oleh pemerintah Filipina dan disebut oleh Presiden Nonoy Aquino sebagai penjenayah mencuri wang daripada rakyat Filipina sebanyak 900 juta ringgit dan diberi perlindungan oleh kerajaan melalui establishment di negeri Sabah. Kemudian dalam masa singkat terus ditangkap dan diletakkan dalam lokap. Di antara tindakan yang paling cekap dalam sejarah perundangan negara kita. Dan di Filipina disyaki kerana mengelak daripada dikirim ke Filipina. Dia punya dua pasport, satu Malaysia, satu Filipina. Dan dia didakwa kerana punyai pasport palsu Filipina. Jadi kerajaan Filipina mengatakan dia patut dikirim balik supaya dapat siasatan diteruskan. 15,000 orang Filipina, rakyat Filipina, majoritinya Muslim di selatan, ditipu. Itu dakwaannya. Dan ini serius. Mengapa kita harus diberikan perlindungan? Jadi bila kita ketengahkan, maka Siva dan Tian Chua pergi ke Manila untuk mendapat maklumat supaya tidak ada unsur fitnah, dan kita mahu maklumat yang lebih terang, dan kita dapat pengesahan tentang percubaan menipu itu.